Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and today we're going to continue our work in our grungy journal. So I'm trying to think of what I've done. I think you guys saw this. This is just a piece of the cover, you know, in tag form there, and that's just a paper clip so it can be moved anywhere in the journal. And then we did this one together, I did it, but we did the other page together. That's the same concept. And then I just put tags in there. I believe I showed you guys that. This is that page that I was just mentioning. On this, I just decided to add one of those Tim Holtz things and ink it and just have a little note spot. But, I mean, obviously you could put any number of things in there. And then here, I just, I had this, I believe it was from Melody. And so, yeah, I just added the house to it, which I just thought that was a good piece to go with the ladies. And then this one that we did in the 50 stack challenge goes in this pocket. The best friend. And then, oh, I did a paintbrush, a different paintbrush that you guys didn't see. So just, I had that tall, skinny lady, I don't know, it's in the grungy kit, but she's on a sort of a tag piece, but I just cut her off because she's very tall and skinny, and she's perfect for those paintbrushes. I didn't leave this to tuck anything or anything, it's just decorative, but I like how that turned out. And then we need to make a card here, so I think I'll take that out, and we're gonna work on this page right here. I think everything you guys have seen. I added this tag, which we made together at some point. It was just in my stash of, you know, tags and things. I'll probably add a piece of fabric or something on there, but I think everything else is the same. So we're gonna work on this page right here. And the first thing I wanna do is glue this corner down. I'm not gonna have it as a tuck or anything. I'm just gonna glue it down. If I can, oh, you little stinker. Oy, 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 I guess I should have done this before I started my video. These pins, or this glue, or whatever it is going to be the end of me. But I love these little tips. If it wasn't for those tips, I would go, you know, do something else. But I love, and it doesn't matter because I've had the little tiny bottles too. It's just, they're just a pain is what they are. And these are stainless steel. And I got these on Amazon. You see, I write glue on them, so I don't use them for anything else. They're only for the glue because they are stainless steel. So they don't rust. Okay. We'll deal with the end being stuck in that. Oh, I had a question about that, and I haven't talked about that in a bit, and I have new people. So this was a idea I got from watching Gail Augustinelli. This is a knitting needle like cap that's rubber, so you don't poke yourself with the knitting needles. And these little balls, that one's stuck in there now, and I'll have to get it out. They're not that hard to get out, but anyway, just goes on there to go on the glue. It just helps to find it because you have just a pin, and if you have a bunch of paper sitting around, it's like a hunt, you know, for hours on trying to find your little pin. So that is why I do that. And I got that idea, like I said, from Gail Augustinelli. So this is a piece of wool, just brown wool, and it's got a really rusty paper clip. I don't even know if you guys can see the paper clip because it's almost the same color as the wool. And then I just put one of those little Tim Holtz pieces, and I just want to put that up here. And it's nothing like earth-shaking, but you know, it just is a neat little bit. And those are the kind of things that really make journals interesting, I feel like, is if you can add some random little things that maybe, I don't know, people might even say, why is that? Why is that? I don't know. It just is. So yeah, I like things like that. So I'm adding that, and I am going to just put a little glue on this side of this little fold up so that it'll kind of stick down and not get snagged on everything, hopefully. So how are you guys? I just like jumped right in and didn't even say hello and how are you and all those nice things. I want to say hi and hugs to Janelle, Denise, Pamela, and Judith. Thank you guys for watching and commenting and just being lovely. I really appreciate you very much. And sending lots of love and hugs to all new subscribers, returning subscribers. All you guys are fantastic. So I have this piece of kids just drawing paper. It kind of feels like old book page, and it inks up real nice around the edges. So I'm just going to kind of do a collage on that, and it's going to become a pocket, sort of like that other one we did. It's just a different style. Is that the side I wanted? Yeah. Just cause it's fun. I want it to sort of end up looking like a stack of paper. So I'm going to set this aside for a minute because we don't need that out at this second while we do this part. And then I'm going to take this piece. How did I have it? I think I had it like this, maybe? Yeah. And I'll glue that on, so that needs to get inked. And that's just, you know, like the index or whatever in a... says index right on it. In an old book, it's very fragile, so it's something that definitely kind of needs to be glued down entirely rather than folded or whatever. It'll just crack and break if I were to try to fold it into a pocket. So it's good to use these pieces for collage. So it is Sunday for me. I've got to get a haircut and do some other things this week. I haven't been to get a haircut in ages. My last one I was supposed to get, I had that allergic reaction, so I couldn't go. So I'm definitely due for a haircut. So I wanted to make sure I got some videos done. Hang out with you guys. And this is, I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, I stink at all these things that I have to remember. This, hashtag Grunge Clab. And that is with CRADLES, but anybody that wants to play along or, you know, make grungy things and show them, we are loving that. So, you just do the hashtag Grunge Clab, like if you post on Instagram or YouTube or wherever, and then that way other people that are doing it can see what you're making. And I've seen some very cool stuff. Carol and I are using my grungy digital kits, whichever ones we want to use. And but you guys, you know, if you don't have one or whatever, don't worry about that. Just make whatever you want to make. It's just fun. Of course, I'm very grateful for those of you who do have some of them. I really appreciate your support. But it is not necessary to play along. Okay, so and the reason I'm gluing this onto this paper is so I have a nice, fairly substantial pocket, because like I said, these are super fragile and could just break apart, and I don't want that. So that's why I'm putting those down on as part of the pocket. I want to use a piece of this. I love this old letter, and it is so old and fall aparty. And some things you might not see and wonder why I put them down. I do get that question a lot, and it's really just about the layers, because you'll probably be able to see some bit of it somewhere, and that's what's going to give you the best effects for really kind of any collage or, you know, artistic pieces seem to be more interesting to the eye if they have layers. So that's why. because it may end up you don't see that back one really at all. But this is just like so disintegrating. So it's going to definitely get glued down entirely. And then I just have some other random bits that we're going to add, and I'm going to clip them all at the top because I think that'll make it look like, you know, a stack of papers or bits and pieces of this and that. Just put this one back here. Just as a background, like I said, this one you may not see a whole lot of at all. But you might. That is just disintegrating so bad. I'll do it like that. And then this is going to go over the top of all of them. So, and this is from a 1920s needlecraft magazine, and it was like that. It's just a cool, love that little, that baby is adorable. Okay, so this one's gonna go here. I'm gonna glue these down. It's gonna be sort of, you know, an illusion that I am gonna do like a paper clip at the top, but I'm not gonna just leave it to the paper clip. I'm going to have them so they stick in place. I think I'll move that one over just a skoosh so that you can maybe see it a little bit more. Yeah, something like that. I'm not really worried about the check or the graph paper back there. That's no big deal. Okay, so let me get these glued down. So that one, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do this without messing it all up. It's always a little bit tricky, and this is going to have to be very carefully glued, so hopefully I won't tear it all apart. You could guys hear it just crack and break. I should probably use the art glitter glue at the top. I do kind of like it like that, but I like this better, so I get quiet because I don't want it to all fall apart. It's very fragile. Okay, we'll do this one. I'm not worried about that one as much. It's fairly, I mean, it's still a vintage piece of paper, but it's not as crackly as that one is. And if you don't have the vintage papers, just do some, you know, inks and things like that just to make it interesting. It took me a lot of years. I've been doing this for, on YouTube. I've been paper crafting for, gosh, it's got to be 25 years at least. But YouTube for 7 years. So, you know, you collect things over that time. And I've been fortunate that people have also gifted me some neat old paper things. And so, like, these numbers, I think, came out of a recent, someone sent me a math book or, you know, numbers type book. So yeah, it just collected over time. Okay, I don't want to put that on any gluey paper because it'll just tear. It's very fragile too, this paper. Oh, I know what else I need before I glue this down. I can find where I set it. Oh, there it is. I have this Tim Holtz flashcard that says life, and I just thought that's appropriate because it's sort of, you know, things that are collected in a lifetime or more than one lifetime. All the random things. Especially those of us that hoard our paper things. Poor kids. I kind of want to sand that a little bit. I have this on here too. I thought I didn't have another one of these, but I did. I like it on the prescription bottle though. That works very well. And I also forgot I have this really cool stuff that my father-in-law gave me. He used to work for the airlines. He was a mechanic, and it would expire, and so he'd have to get rid of it. And it's really thick foam with adhesive backing. And so I was thinking you could make Dobbers out of that. So I might try that because it's a nice consistency. I think it would work really well. Because I go through them so fast. Oh my goodness. It's like, it's crazy. Okay, I like that better. And I kind of want it to go under the edge of this. Hopefully I haven't glued this down onto here now. About out of glue in that one. Okay. Oh, come on. And I'm just going to tuck that under there. Today's good too, but I liked life a little bit more for what we got going on. Love those babies. So cute. Makes you smile. Okay. And then I think I am going to do a bit of a thumb notch just because it is a pocket. Really want to mess that up right there, so I'm just going to do the littlest bit. Scoot it this way a little more. And that's going to be enough because I love that. That's kind of, I don't know if it got burnt or what, or if it's just maybe sun age, you know, making it fragile, fall apart. But it's cool. And then I have this clip that's rusted. It's kind of hard to tell, but it is rusted. And I think I'm just going to kind of put it on here as a more of a decorative piece. And then maybe we can add something to it. All these crazy little things that collect on my desk, and then I throw them in. I have this little dish over there. And yes, it's crazy. It's stuff from all different projects, whatever. This will be kind of fun. I don't want to cover up the Melon's food thing. I just want random things. That's pretty random, I guess. Oh, that'd be a good tag for this journal. I like those two bits. I do like this. I could kind of have it like, because it's nice to have kind of a pop of color. I'll ink them and stuff. I'm just trying to get an idea of what I want. Got a mess. All right, I like that. It's a whole pile of things. I mean, you could keep going probably if you find enough little bits and pieces. Oh, I didn't think that through. Amy. The brain sometimes, I'm telling you. I guess it's going to cover up that part of that stamp. The order of things is always can be a stumbling block, that's for sure. I don't mind if that wrinkles a little bit. Oh, it's just gonna stick right where it is, isn't it? Yep. Well, it's stuck, so that's the only thing with art glitter glue sometimes, especially on that. That's super thin paper. It's just you lay it down, it's done. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes I can move stuff, but not that time. Okay, so then that's gonna go in this pocket, or this is the pocket on this page is what I'm trying to say. And I have a tag that I think I'll slip in here again from the cover. So I like that, that's cute, and I love that up there, just a little something interesting. I know, that would have been a good writing spot, but you could fill this pocket up with a few tags and you'd probably have plenty of writing space. Like I've said before, these journals that people make, you know, myself included, they're really more art pieces. I mean, of course, use them, write in it, but it's more, that's its purpose, really. I felt like this was coming apart here. Yep. That happens when you collage sometimes, especially if you get stuff wet and all that. Which I did because I used different paints and sprays and whatnot, so. And I don't like covering these a whole lot because So I'll leave it up to whoever gets this journal if you want to put something on there. But I just like the collage on those. Okay, so that will go in there. And I might put something else in there. I don't know right now, though, off the top of my head, because that's a deep pocket. You could put even just some coffee dyed paper in there to write on, and it would work because it's nice and deep and wide. Okay, I like that. Oh, I gotta ink this a little. I tore these pages when I put them in, so that's why they're not as smooth. It was on purpose. All right, so now we're gonna do this card that will go in this pocket. Okay, and I wanted to take one of these. I can find it now. All my bits of paper. I had it right over here. What did I do? I'm sorry, I had it ready and then I moved it. I want to use one of these. This is all ephemera that I pulled out to possibly use. It was one of these, but it wasn't any of these ones. Hold on just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Just moved one thing and found it because Carol is very, very right, Carol Laws, when she talks about the desk pixies. It's a thing. I literally moved one thing that I knew I moved before and it just fell out. Like, you know. I'm telling you, they exist. And they're kind of pains. I just cleaned off my desk this morning. I mean, it's always got stuff on it because I use all this stuff to make videos. But I have my little stack for today over there, but it's not that big. I just like these for some reason, and I've used them a lot. I think you guys have seen recently. I keep wanting to use them. And this is some of that CIC Wing Paper. This was the first sheet of it that Betty Ann, thank you Betty Ann, sent me. And it's a little bit lighter than the other ones. So I'm going to put that over the top of this, but I'm going to sand it just a bit first. And those are those Tim Holtz sanders, if you haven't seen those. They're great because they're, I mean, you can just use sandpaper, obviously. You don't have to have those. It's just a nice size for the stuff that we do, rather than fighting with a whole sheet of sandpaper. Words. And I just put glue stick on there and put this down. And the difference with the CIC Wing paper than like normal tissue paper is you might be able to see some of the shine of the card through there. It's because it's very porous. So I think that's why they call it CIC Wing. I just thought it would be fun to do this little card bit on there because it's going in that pocket with the card stuff on it. So, oh my gosh, I can't stand that stuff. on my, stuck to my fingers. I know, I'm goofy. I might actually have it as a little, yeah, that would be kind of cool, huh? I could back it. Let's figure out what we want on that first. Could just use some of the old paper. I don't want the newer. I know it seems silly to cover book page with book page, but it's what's on the other one. Just like the look of the patina. And this, I can't remember, I think those were for the Nut But Neutrals challenge. It was ticket, I think is what that was. And I made those, a whole bunch of those big tickets like that. And you could use them as like top of the page tucks or add a paper clip to it. Like this one, I just put a paper clip on it. You could just clip it onto a page, clip something under it, whatever. But you can also use them on a pocket. So that's what's fun about those, having those around, those little clustered pieces. Because they do make good decorations for tags, pockets, whatever. Whatever you like. I think I might use some washi. I don't use a lot of washi, but every once in a while, I think it might be interesting. I think I might put something across there first and then put it along there. So let's do that. Oh, I have this. It has all the color from whatever we were doing. It's just a little scrappy piece. What was that from? Oh, 50 Stack Challenge. That the best friend, the little girl with the cat card. It was a scrap off of that. Beautiful. See, that's why we don't throw stuff away. It's awful and it's annoying to try to keep all that, but honestly, you just never know when you're going to need it. This was also gifted to me, so thank you, thank you. I do like to glue it. This one's pretty sticky, but I don't want it to just fall off. You know how some washi can just fall off, so I don't want that to happen. I'd rather glue it. Oh, I need to back this too. But I think it would be fun to put that on and have it as a little pocket. And we need to back that too. I think I will do that. We could find a few other little things to put in there. It's on an index card. You can make these out of whatever paper you have. You might, if you want to use it as a pocket like this is, you might want it a little bit thicker, kind of like these are. I want it up. Maybe just right there. Because that way, you know, if you use it as a pocket, it's not just gonna fall apart. That's the hope anyway. What I do with my paper towel. Okay, and we'll back both of these pieces. got lots of these little half sheets of tea-dyed paper now. I could just put it on there, huh? Yeah, let's just do that. We'll just put glue on the back and put them on there. Cut them out. This is fine. Oh, and somebody was asking about these scissors. I got them on Amazon. They're nice and sharp. I like them. They're all metal. All the plastic ones I've bought, the handles crack and break and drives me nuts. So I like those that are all metal like that. Kind of old school. My favorite is metal dustpans. Why do they make those out of plastic? I just want to know. Can somebody tell me? I know it's because it's cheap or whatever, but ugh. They just crack and break. It's so annoying. My husband bought 2 new ones, metal ones, and I'm like, ooh, you got 2. He's like, yeah, we'll have one in the garage and then we can use it when we do leaves, because in the fall we rake the leaves and then we take the broom and a dustpan, which I know our neighbors probably think we're insane because we're out there practically sweeping the lawn, but anyway, to scoop up the leaves, and it works fantastic. So they can think I'm crazy. I don't care. I think I'm going to have to cut these because I know if I try to tear that, I'm just going to make a mess. So I'm not even going to try. But yeah, that is a life hack for you. Just use your broom and your dustpan like a scoop. Scoop those little suckers right up. Put them in the garbage. But it really helps if you have a metal dustpan, because plastic is garbage. I mean, it's fine if you're just using it to, you know, sweep the kitchen or whatever. You can kind of keep them okay. But still, they inevitably get dropped at some point, and then that's it. It's just cracked, broken, chipped, whatever. It makes me crazy. Especially if you have kids around. Okay, so there's a little, I mean, it could potentially get lost in there, but we're going to say it's going to be fine. What else can we put in there? Could actually put another one, but let's see if I've got... Oh, one of these might be fun. Just stick one of these pictures in there. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Of course, if you're making your own, you can put family photos. Or, you know, whatever you like. I do like these. But I understand, if I was making my own for myself, I probably would do more of the family photo thing. But since I sell mine, I might go ahead and back that too, just because it's so white. Now the trick is not to cut the glue with the photo. I don't know why I use the paper towel to do that. That's what I was thinking, the scraper. Perfect for that pocket. All right. Sorry, I don't have any exciting stories. We've been real house bums lately, just staying home and not really going anywhere. So I've been busy working and just haven't. All right, so that one will go there. And that is our little journaling card. And I'll probably stitch around it because I usually do that. Do I want... I think I'll round the corners. And I will look because I inevitably will goof this up otherwise. Alrighty. So that's gonna go in our little pocket here. And I'll probably put a piece of fabric on there too. So that is what I have for you guys for today. I like the way that turned out a lot. Super fun piece. And I think this journal is just about done, aside from piece of fabric there, that other one sewn around, stuff like that. I maybe could add one of these. Like this one's a sticker. Oh, this could also be made into a pocket. Maybe I'm not quite done. That's also a sticker. Could add that guy as a little pocket. Yeah, I think I will. Our little miner guy. Those were fun to make, those tickets. And all I did is cut a rectangle and take my little hole punch and punch those little, these holes, side notches. That way you can make them a little bigger, because tickets, trying to do stuff with tickets, maybe I'll come down here so you could still write up at the top a little bit. You know, with a real ticket, they're so tiny. So that's why I was like, I want a bigger one, so I made a bigger one. And we could tuck something in there too. It's wanting to lift up for some reason a little bit, so I don't want to do that. These, do any of these go the right direction and are small enough? A lot of these are very large. I don't think any of these are going to work. Well, that's another thing I'll have to work on, is what could fit in that pocket. But I'll find something. It might just be a little tag. I wonder if this one fits. Does this one fit? Oh, it does fit. Well, maybe I'll start with that for now. All right, guys. I'll let you go for real this time. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and we will chat again soon. And thank you to Carol and anybody else who's playing around with the hashtag Grunge Clab. Love you guys, and we'll chat soon. Bye-bye now.